Now on CoastTV News.
Indian River Referendum Day, the big decision on a tax rate increase for property owners in that school district. Securing safer water, the project in Wicomico County designed to improve water quality and protection from flooding. Oversight on energy rates, the increased role being promised by Delaware's governor.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick. Thank you for being up with us during this 5 o'clock hour. And checks the clock, we're just a couple seconds away from spring officially hitting. First Alert meteorologist Bob Try, he joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. 5:01, Bob, I'm waiting for that to hit.
I'm waiting for it too, Matt. 15, 14, 13 seconds away from the official start of spring. Now it's 10 seconds, and spring is arriving here shortly. That means equal times of day and night, and the days are getting longer. We're starting to grill out, and everything is beginning to bloom. We do have a weather hazard now that it is officially spring. 5:01 in 6 seconds now. A half-mile visibility in fog in Ocean City to start spring, but visibility is better in Salisbury and Georgetown, so coastal areas, we have some of that fog, and temperatures not bad into the mid to upper 40s. Winds beginning to pick up out of the south-southeast, and look at gusty today. So we've got some clouds and we've got that coastal fog, so make sure to use your low beam headlights. And we look at the mostly cloudy skies. We're getting into a warmer southwesterly flow. Cold front back to the west. That brings showers this evening. In the meantime, a mild day, but watch for that fog this morning. Temperatures quickly rising as the winds pick up. We're into the 50s, even 60s by noon. 70 in Seaford by 3 o'clock, mild 60s along the 113 corridor, a little cooler at the beaches. Then we'll watch those showers begin to move in this evening. But a beautiful first day of spring with gusty winds and temperatures very mild. Much more on the spring weather and what we can expect as far as those showers go and your weekend forecast coming up a little bit later on.
All right, thanks, Bob. You were talking about that fog for some areas along the coast. They're experiencing that to start spring, so let's check out the scene. This is Ocean City, high above 94th Street, looking on the coastal highway. That's a lot of fog down there along the Maryland coast. It's a foggy start to the morning for the folks in Ocean City. Our top story this half hour, we've been talking about it, is that we have reached the first day of spring. Got a live look now at the boardwalk in Rehoboth Beach. Calm scene there, and warmer weather usually brings out bigger crowds. Also, the first day of spring means a Delmarva tradition. Rita's Italian Ice is giving away free 6-ounce servings. According to Rita's, they're expecting to give away about 1 million cups of Italian ice. In less than 2 hours, polls will open for the Indian River School District voters. They are being asked to approve a school district current expense referendum. This is to cover operating costs along with the recruitment and retention of staff. If voters say yes, the district says the referendum will lead to a $24.10 a month tax increase for the average district taxpayer. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and according to Superintendent Jay Owners, property owners will be asked to pay, on average, nearly $290 a year more.
We want folks to be as informed as possible, but really March 20th, we want the community to come out and have their voice heard.
There are 8 polling places, all of those at school buildings within the district, and the polls are open until 8 tonight. Got an update to a story that has affected many of us during the winter months. High energy bills. And on Wednesday, Delaware Governor Matt Myers promising increased bureaucracy as a solution. Here is how that will look. Myers says he will appoint a new public advocate to contest rate increases, reappoint a public service commissioner for more oversight, and overhaul the dispute resolution process. Meyer claims that this will improve transparency. Delmarva Power, which has been the target of recent government action, claims one reason for higher bills is that Delawareans use 6% more energy in January 2025 compared to January 2024. New this morning, Delaware's top health care leaders, along with state legislators, are expected to announce that they are what they're referring to as an advocacy agenda. They say will strengthen that industry. According to this group, they will reveal an 8-point plan, and here are some of the issues that will be addressed in that plan: health, workforce development, emergency preparedness, and insurance reform. Lieutenant Governor Kyle Evans-Gay will join Sussex County Senator Brian Pettyjohn and other lawmakers and state health organizations at Legislative Hall at 11:30. Wycomico County, millions of dollars are on its way for clean water projects. According to the Maryland Board of Public Works, over $4 million was unanimously approved, and that money will go towards safe drinking water and also efforts to fight flooding. A total of $3.4 million will work against flooding and water pollution in Fruitland. Pittsville's getting $900,000 to improve its water treatment plants. Now taking a live look at the White House. Yes, it is there in the middle of your screen. It's dark. Maybe there's a light on or two. But today we are expecting some response by the Trump administration to the federal judge blocking the deportation of alleged Venezuelan gang members. And that judge set a noon deadline to provide answers to the questions he is asking in the use of the Alien Enemies Act. NBC's Alice Barr shows us the standoff comes while the president is also dealing with the decision by the Federal Reserve.
Today, long brewing news expected to become reality, with the White House confirming President Trump will sign an executive order to close the Department of Education.
We're going to move education into the states.
Shuttering the department would take an act of Congress, but the administration could gut it so it can't operate. Last week, half the department's staff was cut.
This is about federal streams of money that help students live into their full potential.
Schools are already run and nearly 90% funded at the state and local level. The federal education department's funding and services protects students with disabilities, investigates discrimination, helps low-income school districts, and manages higher ed financial aid. Education Secretary Linda McMahon has said those core functions will continue.
None of that's going to fall through the cracks.
The Trump administration also weighing a new step on immigration. 3 defense officials tell NBC News options are up for discussion, though not yet approved, to create a southern border buffer zone that could include U.S. troops temporarily holding migrants who cross into the country. That as the White House is pushing back hard against the federal judge who temporarily blocked President Trump from using a rarely invoked 1798 law to deport hundreds of alleged Venezuelan gang members.
This is an activist judge who is trying to usurp the president's authority.
A former Trump administration attorney rejecting that.
He's ruled very decisively for Republican-leaning positions and very decisively for Democratic-leaning positions, making it plain that he is not an ideologue.
As the White House tests the limits of presidential power. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today. Coming up, impressive oyster operations. The reason Maryland officials are citing for a successful oyster season. Also, Sussex Road Review, the input you can provide on road improvements as the county prepares for possible statewide changes. But next, lessons in Lewis, from a segregated era to the city's current growth, the first-hand experience of a man who was part of that history while becoming a historical sports figure himself. That's next on this week's Coastal Connections.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-owned company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Sue Dalton today at sdalton@wboc.com to get started.
Bill Colick has seen a lot in his life. In Lewis, he saw school segregation ended. He went on to become a successful college and high school football coach. And as Matt Pensick shows us in this week's Coastal Connections, even in his 70s, he's still working to bring people together.
People lived.
Spend a few minutes walking the streets of Lewis with Bill Colick, and you'll likely get a history lesson.
This was St. Paul's United Methodist Church. This is a large part of the Manhattan fishing industry. This is a Friendship Baptist Church, and Reverend George Edwards was the pastor. You're coming up on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Way, and it's Reverend George Edwards' vision of this street.
While serving as a member of Lewis's African American Heritage Commission, Colick helped in getting this road named as Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. It has long been a key pathway in the city. Colick views the road not as a line that separated, but one that brought the community together.
Some people might have thought that most Caucasian people lived on the east side and most blacks on the west side, and maybe it was the divider. But actually, with Dr. King and with the Reverend Edwards, what he saw that what America could be. People coming together, working together with each other.
About a block to the east, a symbol of an era in Lewis that is gone but not forgotten. The large fishing reel of the fishing business managed by the mayor of the city at the time, Otis Smith.
It's, as you see, it's pretty big and labor intensive. At that time, he had African Americans and Caucasian people working together. He had gone to one of the lending institutions here and talked about lending money to colored people. I'm going to pay a livable wage, and I'm going to give bonuses, and they'll be able to buy land and those things.
A local historical resource. Colick is also a legendary figure in Delaware sports history.
Coach Bill Colick, who's done a fine job.
Winning over 62% of his games during his 12 seasons as head coach at Delaware State.
And I'm just overjoyed to have had the opportunity to be able to had just a connection with those young men, and we were very fortunate that we had some success.
Success on the field as a coach, fostering success in the classroom in his current role as a member of the Cape Henlopen School Board. And then there is his volunteer efforts in the community, like work with Habitat for Humanity. Bill Colick has made putting other people first while serving the first town in the first state. For Coastal Connection, I'm Matt Pensick.
As you see, it's pretty big.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Tired of your old tub? Imagine stepping into a brand new, modern walk-in shower designed for style, comfort, and safety. At Baths by Spicer Brothers, we make upgrading your bathroom easy. Our factory-certified team provides professional 5-star installation in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and done right guarantee, you get the best service at the best price. Right now, save 20% on your entire bathroom project with payments as low as $79 a month.
Call Baths by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, how a big impact with a colorful campaign is raising awareness for an important cause. Plus, a look at an upcoming event bringing music, comedy, and connection to the coast. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand sent back for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
A roommate is reminded of his debts.
He bought a new car right after I helped him.
She says she gave you $200 towards the down payment.
She's lying.
And what about you?
Next, Judge Judy.
Thursday at 2 on Coast TV.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Time is 5:15, and you're looking live at Ocean City. You got a foggy scene there, Bob, and you've been tracking the fog this morning, and it appears to be in that part of the coast, maybe just north of that, southern Sussex County, Fenwick Island, that particular area of our area.
Yeah, that's right, Matt. It looks like that fog is hugging the coast right now. Coastal Worcester County into southeast Sussex right now. So here we are about 15 minutes into spring, and our first weather hazard of the season is some of that thicker fog. Now a half-mile visibility in Ocean City, and that extends maybe up to about Bethany Beach. But then inland visibility is much better in Salisbury and Georgetown. We'll have to see if this kind of creeps inland as we go through time. But we have transitioned from winter. Boy, what a winter it was. Over 15 inches of snow in our neck of the woods, and now it's spring. It began at 5:01 about 15 minutes ago, and now that means equal distances, or approximately 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of nighttime as well. The days are getting longer. Everything's beginning to bloom, and we're looking at warm temperatures today up to 68, but then it's windy and cooler Friday, mild Saturday, cooler Sunday, mild Monday. So it's that roller coaster battle of the seasons. As we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 40s right now, 47 in Georgetown, Milton 47, Bethany Beach 44, and a foggy 44 in Ocean City. As the winds are starting to come in out of the south and southeast, that's bringing in the moisture and some of that milder air. So we're looking at mostly cloudy skies right now for most of us, but then that area of fog along the coast, so watch out for that. Otherwise, we will be looking at increasing clouds on our first day of spring. I think we're dry the majority of the day, but then we're tracking a cold front back to the west, and that is bringing showers across Ohio into the Tennessee Valley. Nothing in the way of severe weather with this front. It's a little starved for moisture, and on the cold side, it's been a blizzard across the Midwest into Chicago and the Great Lakes. But we'll be tracking this cold front moving to the east, and then that will bring that shower chance for this evening. But watch for the coastal fog, even maybe a little bit of drizzle around Ocean City. As we're looking at temperatures in the 40s, breezes pick up throughout the day. By noon, already into the 60s inland areas, but cooler at the coast. Maybe 70 in Seaford at 3 o'clock, 66 in Millsboro. Cooler for the coast as it's getting pretty breezy. And here come those showers around 6:30. We're seeing the showers heavy at times, maybe a rumble of thunder. So if you're out and about this evening, watch for the heavier rain. 9 p.m. we're still in the showers, and then they start to slowly move out. And as we see a cold front moving through, the showers end later this evening. The winds start to pick up, and maybe a lingering shower around 2 a.m., but it gets windy. And by Friday morning, it's cold and windy. Temperatures in the 30s, feeling much colder with the wind. We'll see a lot of sunshine tomorrow, but it's going to be a cold day with temperatures in the 50s, but feeling like 40s with the wind, and those winds revving up this evening over 30 miles per hour. And then you see this U-shape. That's the cold front, and then those winds shift out of the northwest. A cold wind into Friday, at times gusting to 40 miles per hour in the morning. Otherwise, those winds will start to back off as we go into the evening hours, and we could get a good soaking of rain through the overnight, maybe a quarter to about an inch of rain as that cold front comes through. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. Yay, spring is here, and we have the spring showers this evening. 68 the high, breezy and colder Friday, 65 on Saturday, maybe a stray shower, and then back to 53 Sunday, maybe another shower chance Monday, and then cooler, another rain chance by Wednesday. Congratulations to Kenneth Simanioto from Selbyville. He has a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. This just in, Sussex County is looking for suggestions to improve state roads. This is in preparation for the upcoming 2027-2032 Capital Transportation Program. These are expected to focus on intersection safety, road conditions, pedestrian safety, signage, and more. The public can submit suggestions. After that, a draft report will be compiled for the county council with plans to submit that to DelDOT in April. One woman we spoke to gave us her idea that she plans to submit.
The lighting is horrible. It's completely dark. They need more so of those hang lights on the highway, not the highway, 113, 9. All of those roads are dark at night.
Submissions will be accepted until Monday at 4 p.m. And to find the link to submit your idea, you can head over to our website, CoastTVnews.com. New this morning, if you're looking for a new job and want to work in Ocean City, this weekend could help with that search. The annual Ocean City Job Fair takes place Saturday. The town says representatives from Beach Patrol, Public Works, the Convention Center, and more will be present. This is for full-time, part-time, and seasonal positions. This event is being held from 9 a.m. until noon. Dewey Beach Police are rolling out a new way to patrol. It's on two wheels, folks, and you can see that right there on your screen. Their motorcycle unit is back, and it's thanks to a grant and a donation from the Dewey Business Partnership. The police department says they expect quicker response times, more visibility, and stronger traffic control this summer, thanks to the motorcycle unit. Still ahead, impressive oyster operations. Why Maryland officials are predicting a promising harvest season next year. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
I love the Four Seasons on Delmarva. This coastal area has so much to offer weather-wise, and sometimes it's a little challenging forecasting for this area. You get the rain-snow line here with storms that come up the coast in the wintertime, but that's similar to where I grew up on Long Island. We had the same rain-snow line along the coast, so in a lot of ways it's something I've grown up with and something I'm used to forecasting.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
Happening today, it's the first full day of the NCAA tournament. 16 games, I should say, are on tap, and I think there could be some extended lunch breaks this afternoon. First game tips off at 12:15. And part of the fun of the tournament is filling out a bracket. I'm taking part in the Delmarva Sports Network's Bracket Challenge, so I have mine right here. You can play along, too, with a chance to win gift cards from Wawa. Now we are getting a closer look at my picks. You can also compare your selections with those from the DSN crew. And if you want to be part of this contest with a chance to win those prizes, just head over to the Delmarva Sports Network website. You have until noon to fill out your bracket. Oh, by the way, I'm picking St. John's to win it all. They're from Queens, New York, Bob. Well, as we move along here, new this morning, DNREC is announcing proposed changes to its shellfish aquaculture regulations. DNREC officials say the changes should improve the industry. They come from recommendations by a shellfish aquaculture task force. There's a virtual hearing that is open to the public. That is scheduled for March 25th at 6 p.m. On the coast, it seems oysters are booming in the Chesapeake Bay. Maryland's Department of Natural Resources released their annual oyster survey, and we're seeing some good news out of this. Biologists collected oyster bar samples from October through November, and their research shows the mix of heavy rainfall and a drought in the fall. And that helped keep the shell population above the 39-year average, and that marks a 5th consecutive year for this trend. The researchers say it's because of the salinity in the water made for better growth conditions. One oysterman we spoke to says from his experience, this season was a success.
The good part about when you have real salty water, you usually get a real good spat catch. So I guess it's nature's way of replenishing what, dies. So this year has been altogether different. You don't see any dead loss. The taste is good, the meats are good, and the spat catch is good.
The department predicts next year's season could also be promising for watermen as long as there's a mix of rain and dry days. And those are conditions that we have dealt with this week, it seems like, Bob, as we bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Try. Rain more of a focus today, and I know we're looking at some fog for this morning so far.
Yeah, here we are about 20 minutes or so into spring officially now, Matt, and we are looking at fog. The first weather hazard of the season, Fenwick Island and Ocean City. Your visibility is less than a half mile at times this morning. Use a low beam headlights. I know we've got some delayed openings already across areas of Maryland. Fog burns off. Now we'll see temperatures into the 50s. UV index is low today. Waves around 2 to 5 feet. And then Lewis and Rehoboth, you could also see a little bit of fog this morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies, breezy, and temperatures well into the 50s, into the 60s today, into the Cambridge area. Then we're watching for evening showers, very mild with 60s. And then Crisfield, I think you'll see those showers building in a little bit later on this morning. A little tongue-tied as we kick off spring. Much more on our mild weather and those showers for this evening coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News Today, Rosenfeld's reaches out. How the restaurant is supporting recently fired federal workers. Also, Meyer Energy moves the Delaware governor's bureaucracy solution in dealing with high energy bills. And Road to Indian River vote. We'll tell you what school district leaders say is at stake when voters make their decision on a property tax increase. Coast TV News Today. We'll be right back.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
If you know a high school student on Delmarva with a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts,
nominate them to become a WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship winner.
The people who grow and prepare our food are more important than ever.
We are looking for 10 graduating seniors with a passion for feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms.
Nominees must have a 3.5 GPA or better, be an active participant in farming or culinary programs, and spend time giving back to the community.
Go to WBOC.com to nominate today.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news, Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Now on Coast TV News.
Indian River Referendum Day, the big decision on a tax rate increase for property owners in that school district. Securing safer water, the project in Wicomico County designed to improve water quality and protection from flooding. Oversight on energy rates, the increased role being promised by Delaware's governor.
This is Coast TV News Today.
March 20th, 2025. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick, and the time is 5:30. Got some good news for you, folks. Winter's grip, it's finally loosened, and longer, sunnier days are on the way because spring has officially sprung. Officially, Bob, the season, it changed about a half hour ago.
Yes, about a half hour ago, Matt. Spring officially arrived. You can see on that camera there, too, we've got some fog along the beaches around Ocean City into southeast Sussex County. But it began at 5:01, and that means about 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of nighttime. As the days are getting longer, the flowers are blooming, the grass is growing, and the fog is blossoming as well. We have that along the coast right now, about a half mile in Ocean City. That extends to southeast Sussex County. Really be careful here. We'll have to watch if this expands farther inland, but right now, Salisbury and Georgetown, your visibilities are good. We're starting out milder this morning, no frost. Temperatures in the mid-40s, 47 in Delmar and Georgetown right now, and the wind starting to pick up from the south, and they'll get gustier as we go through the day. So we've got increasing clouds. We've also got that coastal fog right now as we're beginning to warm things up. High pressure has moved away. We're getting into that warmer flow, and there's a cold front back to the west. That will start to move in this evening, bringing us a shower chance. However, some fog and maybe a little bit of drizzle along the coast this morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy today, breezy and mild already into the 60s by the noon hour, and maybe 70 around Seaford mid-afternoon. A little cooler at the beaches, and then this evening we're watching for showers and maybe a rumble of thunder. But be extra careful out there this morning with the kiddos. I know we've got some delayed openings in Maryland with school. 47 foggy to start, and then heading home 66 mild and breezy.
All right, Bob, you mentioned that fog. Let's take a look at some of those conditions. Here's an updated look at Ocean City, and it's still pretty thick there. You can see the soupy. This is a look at Coastal Highway from 94th Street. South Spring so far is greeting that part of the Maryland coast. Happening today, Indian River School District voters, they're being asked to approve a school district current expense referendum. This is to cover operating costs along with the recruitment and retention of staff. If the voters say yes, the district says the referendum will lead to a $24.10 a month tax increase. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and according to Superintendent Jay Owens, property owners are going to be asked to pay an average nearly $290 a year more. The school district says voting is open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. tonight. An update to a story that has affected many of us during these winter months. It's high energy bills. And on Wednesday, Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is promising increased bureaucracy as the solution. Here is how that will look. Meyer says he will appoint a new public advocate to contest rate increases. Also reappoint a public service commissioner for more oversight. Also overhaul the dispute resolution process. Meyer claims this will improve transparency. Delmarva Power, they've been the target of recent government action. They are claiming one reason for higher bills is that Delawareans used 6% more energy in January 2025 compared to January 2024. This just in, Rosenfeld's Deli says it is giving a helping hand to local federal workers who may need it. According to a statement from Rosenfeld's, they are offering any recently fired federal worker a 33% discount on their order. People must show proof of their situation. Rosenfeld says this applies to both dine-in and carry-out. Also, immediate family can be applied to that discount as well. Happening today, President Trump could keep a controversial campaign promise. Officials say he'll formally order Education Secretary Linda McMahon to start dismantling her department. As Amy Kiley shows us, despite over half of that department's annual budget going towards bureaucracy expenses, some public school advocates say they're worried about the impact on students.
I'd like it to be closed immediately.
Officials say President Donald Trump plans to sign an executive order today to begin tearing apart the Department of Education. Whether to shutter it completely is up to Congress. An administration official says the order will start the process of shifting education authority to the states.
Since the Department of Education was established in 1980, we've spent over $1 trillion to see our scores continue to go down.
Trump says the DOE is a sign of federal overreach, but it's unclear how many states want to take on its responsibilities.
The State Department of Education has had funding cut after funding cut after funding cut.
Oftentimes what's concocted in Washington, D.C. when it goes out to Montana doesn't exactly fit.
A senior administration official says funding for students with disabilities and low-income schools won't change. Those programs account for much, but not all, of the support K-12 schools get from the federal government.
Educational opportunity is not government waste. It's something that is very central to what makes America great.
The National Education Association president says dismantling the DOE aims a wrecking ball at the futures of 50 million students. Legal challenges are already in the works. The executive order follows the department's earlier announcement that it's cutting about half its staff.
It only hurts the most vulnerable, our children.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, shared path public feedback with the mixed reactions to plans for a connection between Milford and Slaughter Beach. Also, one of the best times in college basketball. We'll preview a matchup involving Delmarva States in the women's bracket of the NCAA tournament. An airline company concerned why one Salisbury-based operation is worried for the future of its headquarters. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, how a big impact with a colorful campaign is raising awareness for an important cause. Plus, a look at an upcoming event bringing music, comedy, and connection to the coast. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
5:38, and it's a foggy start to spring across the coast. We have that from Maryland up into Delaware now. Here's the Irish Eyes cam in Lewis. Starting to see lower visibility in the fog, so take care out there. 46 degrees, and you can see the thick fog around Ocean City, about a half mile there, and then that fog creeping up the coast. Visibility is pretty good in Georgetown and Salisbury so far. We'll have to see if that moves inland. But we're looking at temperatures in the mid-40s this morning, so no frost as the winds are picking up from the south. So really be careful in the fog. Today's checklist, make sure you use the low beams in the fog. Pack your patience conditions. Delay travel if you can. Dress for spring. It'll be mild today. Pack the umbrella for evening showers. Always good to have the warm beverage, and you'll need the sunglasses later too. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone, another way to get your forecast. Sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico.
We have developing news out of Wycomico County. Comments by the CEO of Salisbury-based Piedmont Airlines have led to some concerns about the company's future on Delmarva. Eric Morgan told the Salisbury Area Chamber of Commerce he does not want the company's headquarters to move. Recently, Piedmont's parent company, American Airlines, moved another regional carrier's home base from Dayton, Ohio to Charlotte, North Carolina. Morgan says for now, Piedmont is not going anywhere, and he wants to continue to improve upon the company's partnerships in the community.
Comes back to the whole thing of the workforce development and those what we're referring to as scalable and sustainable pipelines. In other words, we're trying to put things in place with organizations like UMES and others here.
A Piedmont spokesperson says any move would be a big project and that would take years to complete. Happening today, we have some updates for people living in Ellendale. The town will discuss this year's upcoming events at its community outreach meeting, and this includes a town-wide yard sale. That'll be in May. Also, they'll look at Memorial Day service and all the way to another tree lighting in November. Officials will meet at 7 p.m. at Town Hall. On your screen now is the site of the Habitat of Humanity. That's the area that they want to expand. It's in Georgetown. It's on Kimmy Street. According to Georgetown Planning Commission documents, Habitat wants to build a 3,200 square foot office or warehouse facility. What's going on?
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, everybody? The biggest tournament of March is upon us, and we turn things over to the women's side. A preview of a more local matchup between University of Maryland and Norfolk State. Kayleen Smeichel leads the Terps in scoring with 18 points per game. The team sits at 23-7 overall and did fall to Michigan in the Big Ten quarterfinals 98-71. Smeichel got into foul trouble in that contest, just scoring 10 points and getting 5 boards. The team's leading scorer will look to clean that up in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And as for Norfolk State, we have seen them on Delmarva and MEAC conference play. The Spartans are coming off their 3rd straight tournament championship at 30-4 overall and 14-0 in conference play. Norfolk State is led by grad student Diamond Johnson. She is the leading scorer for the Spartans with 19 points per game. Tip-off between the Spartans and the Terps Saturday, March 22nd at 4 p.m. Over to the men's tournament. You still have time to enter the DSN Bracket Challenge. If you think you have a perfect bracket, join our contest for a chance at prizes. Myself, alongside DSN's Tim Nolan, Luke Milai, Michelle Roberts, and Patrick Hassett, we'll make our own brackets that you can compare and go up against. So head over to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com and click the Bracket Challenge tab, and you can make your selections. Brackets close at noon today. That over sports. Have a great day, everybody.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 8, we have high school baseball, Laurel and Indian River, and then get a full recap of today's action on the final score. That's at 10:30. Streaming and movie previews, that is what we've got for you in today's Hollywood Minute, and here's David Daniel.
For years, we've been afraid of them. Now it's time for them to be afraid of us.
We need to hold those terrorist rebels accountable. They need to be reminded who they're dealing with.
We can't just let them win.
Mayday's working on a plan to kill extremist commanders. If you want to fight, then let's fight together.
The official trailer is out for the 6th and final season of The Handmaid's Tale. June and her allies set out to take down the fundamentalist theocratic dictatorship Gilead. The revolution begins with 3 episodes premiering April 8th on Hulu.
Hey Dad, it's me.
Gotcha. Leave a message.
Hi.
Mailbox is full.
If I'm not the same, is that okay?
So I went searching for him.
Dad?
And I accidentally found another Bob Trevino.
Bob Trevino likes your comment.
A woman estranged from her father looks for him online and connects with another man with the same name in Bob Trevino Likes It. Barbie Ferreira and John Leguizamo star in the film, based on a true story from writer-director Tracy Lehman. Bob Trevino Likes It is in theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Rough week? You can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/signup and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
Spring is starting out on a foggy note for coastal Maryland and Delaware. Here's a dry tech cam in Ocean City, socked in with the fog, so use extra caution this morning. We're going to be seeing a breezy start to spring, and once again we have those areas of fog this morning, and then evening showers with the cold front, then a sunny and windy Friday. The weekend, not too bad. I'll have your forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy mowers will tame any terrain.
Give me a home.
Designed with advanced engineering and fueled by power that's second to none.
And the skies are dark black all day. Home on the range.
Bad Boy, mow with an attitude.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Time is 5:46, and you're looking live at Ocean City. This is just a couple of blocks off the beach. And, Bob, you can see it out in the distance there. We are dealing with fog for this first hour of spring.
Yeah, spring is off to a foggy start for coastal areas, Matt. That's our first weather hazard of the new season. And dense marine fog advisory. This goes until 10 a.m. This includes Delaware Bay. We're already seeing the fog filling in from Lewis down to Indian Beach, Ocean View, Bayville, and that extends down into Ocean City as well. So use caution along the coast. That is where the fog is thickest right now. A half-mile visibility in Ocean City, so coastal Worcester County up into southeast Sussex County, and that fog is creeping up into the Lewis area, inland bays too. So far, inland areas, good visibility. We'll have to see if that moves farther inland with time. But we're looking at a mild first day to spring. 68 degrees today. Will be breezy. Of course, spring began about 46 minutes ago at 5:01, and then it's going to be breezy and cooler Friday. A warm up Saturday, cooler on Sunday, warmer on Monday, kind of that roller coaster ride with the battle of the seasons. 47 in Milton, 47 in Georgetown right now, 45 in the fog in Ocean City up to Rehoboth, so use extra caution along the coast. Winds are beginning to pick up, and they've got a lot of moisture with them, these south-southeast breezes. That's why we're seeing some fog along the coast, maybe even some drizzle for you at times. Otherwise, inland, we're looking at some clouds beginning to increase, so I think we're looking at a mostly cloudy day as our flow is turning more out of the southwest now as high pressure is moving away. I'm tracking this cold front across the Ohio Valley. It's got some showers with it. It's starved for instability and moisture, so we're not expecting severe weather, but showers definitely with this front later this evening. Then in the colder air, they've been looking at blizzard conditions across the plains into the Midwest. I think our snow is done, maybe for the season, hopefully. Here's Futurecast this morning. We're in the mid-40s. Watch for fog and drizzle at the coast. Otherwise, mostly mostly cloudy skies inland. And then mid-morning, 47 in Del Mar, mostly cloudy skies around Millsboro, 45. Still could be looking at some drizzle along the coast, 51 in Salisbury. By noon, I think we're mainly cloudy, maybe a little drizzle along the coast, 63 in Del Mar, 64 in Salisbury. So a big warm-up. In fact, by 3 o'clock, it could be 70 in Seaford, 68 in Salisbury, around 66 in Millsboro. But cooler 50s at the coast as those southerly breezes really rev up, maybe gusting over 30 miles per hour. It's mild this evening. Then we're tracking those showers coming in this evening. Maybe some rumbles of thunder. Not expecting anything severe, just some heavier showers as we go through the evening hours. 9 o'clock still locked in with the showers, and even still a lingering shower later this evening as a cold front sweeps through. And then I think we're looking at things clearing out Friday morning. It's cold and windy, 30s, but feeling much colder with the wind. And we'll see a lot of sunshine as we go into your Friday, but highs only into the mid-50s. And with gusty winds, it's going to feel even colder than that. And we're looking at those winds later this evening, gusting over 30 miles per hour. Then that big shift with the cold front, and then gusting 35 to 40 miles per hour, especially Friday morning, and then backing off into the evening hours. And we could get a good soaking this evening, maybe a quarter to maybe over an inch in some places, depending on where those heavier showers line up. All day of a 7-day forecast. You see the up and down temperatures the next several days. Windy on Friday with sunshine, 56, maybe a sprinkle on Saturday, 65, and then colder Sunday, maybe another rain chance Monday, dry Tuesday, and then more rain Wednesday and around 55 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. People in Milford and Slaughter Beach, they had the chance to join a public workshop about building a shared use path connecting the two communities. According to Milford's planning director, this is just a study right now, and officials are trying to figure out if it's even possible. As CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us, feedback about this was split.
A bike and pedestrian-friendly pathway to connect Slaughter Beach and Milford.
Really just evaluating, what the people in the community would like to see out there, what other improvements could be made, that really could benefit everybody.
Milford Planning Director Rob Pierce says this could be great for both coastal communities.
I think, just having the public participation that we had in this particular process has been, a good thing in terms of helping steer this particular study, in a direction that everybody, will be comfortable with.
Richard Clifton, however, lives right at one of the spots they are considering using for the path. He says the best option for him and his home is no path.
Best alternative for me would be to do nothing, because my home is old, it's close to the road, it's farmland, surrounded by more farmland. It would definitely negatively impact my property value.
Eric Fannin and Ray Wright agree.
From what I'm gathering off the boards, I don't see the room. I just don't. It's better off left alone.
I don't see the benefit.
Despite the fact that a majority of the people at the workshop were against this new pathway, reports say that 42% of people are in favor, and there's another survey open until the next big steps are taken. All you have to do is go online and answer a few questions about what you might want to see done with this new potential pathway. The survey will be open until April 21st for further comments and concerns. For CoastTV News.
Now, new this morning, pet wellness just got a lot cheaper. Humane Animal Partners is kicking off 2 programs. The first, starting today, the organization is hosting its $20 vaccine clinic. And this is the first of 4 dates from now until September. On Monday, HAP will provide free spay and neuter services for owned cats. Here's some new video of just some of the seals that were rescued from the coast this winter. According to the National Aquarium in Baltimore, this year marks the most seal rescues they've had since 2019. 4 of them have been rescued since the end of February.
Oh, they're so cute, aren't they? We're looking at lots of fog this morning out there to start spring. Dry Tech Cam 45 in Ocean City. Coastal fog through mid-morning. Otherwise, the first day of spring is a mild one. Watch for evening showers and then a windy and cooler Friday. Weekend not looking too bad. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back, even if the paper is held up to the light. Even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Car thefts in the U.S. fell 17% last year. It marks the largest decline in 40 years. The National Insurance Crime Bureau says close to 851,000 cars were stolen nationwide in 2024. That is a big drop from the previous year, which recorded more than 1 million thefts. The areas that saw the most car thefts were Washington, D.C., California, and New Mexico. The most commonly stolen vehicles were the Hyundai Elantra and Sonata and the Chevy Silverado 1500. Ford is recalling more than 50,000 vehicles for incorrect repairs. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says there were 4 prior recalls for camera, battery, and window issues, but the vehicles were not fixed properly. USA Today reports 7 models are part of the recall, including the Explorer, Edge, Lincoln Bronco, Sport, Maverick, F-250, and F-350 vehicles. It's now 5:56 and time to check in with our coastal pet of the day. And today's pet, that's one near and dear to my heart, I got to tell you, folks. On your screen, that's O'Malley. The description there cannot be more accurate. O'Malley lives a simple life, eats, sleeps whenever he wants. And if you don't know already, that is one of my cats, O'Malley. Now, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them special. Take a look at your screen because that QR code at the top, if you scan that, you can get your friends to Coast TV News and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature. 5:57 now. A quick look at your forecast before you head out the door. And Bob, we have a foggy, maybe a damn start to spring.
Yeah, especially along the coast, Matt. We're looking at that fog, some of that dense, and maybe a little bit drizzle falling out of that fog deck, too. Half-mile visibility in Ocean City right now, and that fog does extend up into the Lewis area, so coastal areas, dense fog through mid-morning. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, some peaks of sun throughout the day, mid to upper 60s inland, and maybe near 70, but cooler at the coast. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We're watching for those evening showers with the front, and then sunny, breezy, cooler Friday. Weekend not bad, maybe a sprinkle Saturday, 65, cooler Sunday, and then more shower chances next week, Monday into Wednesday, and once again, up and down temperatures.
Okay, thank you, Bob. And coming up in our next hour, decision on school dollars as pools open in just over an hour on a referendum in the Indian River District. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.